Welcome to the Curiosity Cave. This is episode number 3 of the Exhibit Supply Company. And this episode will cover the 1948 Baseball Great Hall of Fame exhibits. And this was a 32 card set. And they have the cream color back. In 1974, they were reprinted. Here's an example of the cream color off-white. They were reprinted in 1974, 24 of them, with white backs. And then there's also a 1977 Baseball Great Hall of Fame set, and that set includes many of the newer Hall of Famers with a few of the older guys mixed in. Yes, the biggest difference is on these, you'll see an exhibit card at the bottom and made in the USA, that line there. And they could appear on different parts of the bottom. This one's on the left side, made in USA up there. But basically, 1948 set is the all-time greats. 1948 older. So we'll go through the ones that I have in my collection. Most valuable ones for those that are looking for the big names in the set, of course, is Babe Ruth. There's two versions of Babe Ruth. There's one version of him batting and another version of him with a whole bunch of baseball bats in front of him. And Ty Cobb is the other big name that I won't be showing in this video. I'm just showing these for examples. So here's the first one we'll look at is Grover Cleveland Alexander. Cubs, Cardinals, Phillies, Hall of Famer, pitched in 696 games. One of the all-time great pitchers, of course. Here we have Roger Bresnahan, Hall of Famer. I'm not sure if these pictures were taken during their playing days. Roger looks like he's got some retirement on him. And he's famous for inventing the shin guards, catcher's equipment, and etc. Frank Chance with the famous Tinker to Evers to Chance double play combination. I believe it was Grantland Rice that coined that phrase, Tinker to Evers to Chance. I may be wrong. But that's the first baseman in that group. Jack Chesbro played for Pittsburgh and New York Highlanders, among other teams. 1904, he won 41 games, which is a record. Yeah, he kind of looks like he's got a little retirement in him too. Maybe players just looked older when when they played back in those days. Times were a little tougher. Mickey Cochran caught over 120 games in 10 consecutive seasons. Manager, catcher for the Detroit Tigers, 1935 world champions. Also world champion with the Philadelphia A's, 29, 30, 31, with their great Jimmy Fox and Lefty Grove on the team. 45 Tigers weren't any slouches either, with Hank Greenberg and Charlie Gehringer and Goose Goslin. Frankie Fritsch, Giants, Cardinals, Pirates. He famous for being part of the Gas House Gang, St. Louis, 1934. Great infielder, also later a manager. At the time of this card being made, said he played in more World Series games than any other player. Robert Lefty Grove. He was a 30-game winner with Philadelphia during their glory years of 29, 30, 31. And he was also a member of the Boston Red Sox. I think he went along with Jimmy Foxx over the Red Sox. This is one of the original cards from my dad's collection. The only baseball great Hall of Fame card in that collection. Just a great, one of the all-time great left-handers. He's right there with Sandy Koufax, maybe a little bit above because he played longer. Rogers Hornsby, one of the all-time greats. Hit .424 in 1924. And he was manager of the 26 world champion Cardinals, team that defeated Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and the New York Yankees. 7-time batting champion. Lifetime .358 average. Until the recent Negro League additions to Major League Baseball stats, he was right behind Ty Cobb. Here we have Christy Mathewson, or Matty as many people called him back in the day. Possibly the greatest of all great pitchers in the first quarter of the 20th century, depending on how you view Walter Johnson. Pitched 3 shutouts in the 1905 World Series. That says something right there. He was gassed in World War I training exercise, which led to an early end of life. And as you can see, his name is misspelled on this card. It was never corrected. Shout out to Sammy Thunder and Rick Oddball Cards. Mathewson Collectors, I believe Blue Jacket 66 is also a Mathewson collector. It's just a great card of his follow-through. And finally we have Lou Gehrig, probably the best card that I have out of the set. Of course, he had the consecutive game streak that was broken by Cal Ripken Jr. .340 lifetime batting average. Hit 4 home runs in a game at one time. Probably one of the top 1 or 2 first basemen of all time. Most people think he's number 1. And that ends my 1948 Baseball Greats Hall of Fame video. I hope you enjoyed it. Episode 4 will be coming out next Monday. And I hope you can watch that also. I believe I'm going to be covering the 47 through 66 set. First of 15 binders, so we've got 15 more weeks of this, and I appreciate everybody watching. I'm also going to take a look at the 77 All-Star or Baseball Greats Hall of Fame. have at least one card from that set. Maybe the Canadian National Exhibition. We'll go over that. Go over some reprints, whiteback reprints. Whitebacks are generally newer cards. There was a group of 24 exhibits, mostly superstars, that were reprinted with whitebacks from the 47 through 66 set. You can, one easy way to tell besides the whiteback is if you put a flashlight behind them, you can see the light coming through the card. So we'll get into that stuff. A lot of good stuff left. A lot of meticulous little nerdy things that I'll have to show you in the 47 through 66 set. So hope you guys all have a great week, and thank you again for watching.